Hello, how are you, everybody? I hope y'all having a good day and everything. I said I was going to review AEW. I saw it and I thought it was really great competition and everything. I thought it was really good athletic abilities. First match was like Cody Rhodes went against Sammy Navarro, I believe his name was. Very great athletic athleticism and such. At the end of the match, Chris Jericho. It was like it ran like 20 minutes, and Cody beat Sammy Navarro, pinning a package deal, and um, and then Chris Jericho attacked Cody and beat the hell out of him, and stuff like that with chairs and everything. It was pretty cool. Then MJF, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Um, who did he fight? Let me check. I'm sorry, but I'm a little behind. But yeah, but he had a match, and he um, he did a promo, of course, talking about how how great he is and such like that. He he went against Brandon Cutler and pinned him and beat him. And they're very athletic, I must say. You have to get used to the wrestlers, and you have to get to know them in order to, evaluate. But they're very athletic. I think it's good competition because um, they are they are on the air as NXT in USA Network. Um, so I think that's great competition there. And they showed to be very great athletes. There was 11 matches. I could tell you the match that really impressed me was the women's match between Nyla Rose and Kyle. Kyle, is that Kyle? She's so little, and I was like, wow, she pinned Nyla Rose to become the first woman um, championship for AEW. And you know what? It was very impressive. I was very impressed. Um, because it's like the story of I guess David and Goliath kind of. And I was very impressed that she beat Nyla Rose for sure. She was trained by Kenny Omega, so that might have been a big factor. Although she's 22 years old. The girl's has been training since she was like 9. So she has a hell of a lot more experience than Nyla Rose, but I thought that Nyla Rose of course, she had the weight advantage and the height advantage, but I guess experience more helped and went over for Nia, no, for Kylo, and she's a sweet little Japanese wrestler. You should check her out. She's cute. I just didn't think she was going to beat Nyla Rose, but she did, and to become the first AEW Women's Champion. So yeah, that's so. Oh, I um. Let me think. What other matches? There was a lot. There was a 6-man tag team was at the end between Chris Jericho and what? I'm sorry, the Latin Express, I think they're called, and they faced the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega, in which they beat the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. There was a big brawl at the end, in which Moxley came and attacked Jericho and threw him through a coffee table in the back, and there was a big brawl and kendo sticks and such. So that made it ended really very competitive and very makes you excited to see what's going to happen next week, of course. And I say give it a shot. It's only the first episode. But yeah, and yeah, in my opinion, even though these are athletes that we really don't know that much mainstream, I think if we get to know them and we give them a shot, it could be great competition for the WWE. You know what I mean? Yeah. And MFK, no MJF, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, be the Baxter Backspin, excuse me, um, by submission. Beat the guy by submission. So yeah, and from what I'm understanding, the other competitor was has is athletic in his own right. But yeah, Jake. Yeah, so I mean they're great athletes. They all have. I don't know their names too good, so I don't. But basically, you know, Cutler. I believe it was Cutler or something like that. Baxman Cutler or something like that. Something like that. I think the last name was Cutler, and he was defeated by Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Although I've seen Maxwell Jacob Friedman in an interview. He's very cocky and arrogant and such, but he has a right. He can back up what he says. If you can back up what you say, anyway, right? But yeah, and and Sammy Guevara gave Cody a run for his money. He was a great athlete. But I like the way the Chris Jericho attacked him. So started great and ended great. So makes you look forward to the next week. Which is on every Wednesday, 8 o'clock on TNT. So yeah, it competes with NXT, which is on USA Network at 8 o'clock. So it's like head-on-head competition. I'll probably watch AEW. I'll probably vlog about AEW. I wasn't really into NXT because I don't buy the network. But yeah, but yeah. Um, from what I saw of AEW, I thought it's worth seeing. It's definitely worth it. AEW effect is definitely in effect. AEW effect is real. It's real. It's definitely real. Uh, yeah. Um, let me see what else happened. I'm trying to remember. Sorry. Like I skipped through it because well, I wasn't able to actually see it live because I was at work. So yeah. But I'm trying to be as accurate as I can as to who won and what. And Tony Schiavone is one of the commentators, which is great. Jim Ross. Um, I believe Tony Schiavone and Jim Ross were one of the greats. Definitely in WCW. Tony Schiavone was the voice, right? Well, he's back, and Jim Ross, he's doing okay. He was one of the greats at this time. You know, I feel he's a little weak right now, but maybe because of age. But yeah, I don't know who Excalibur was, but he seems like a good commentator himself. But yeah, and despite the loss, Young Bucks impressed me. They are very impressive athletes for sure. Um, I think they are the Young Bucks. They're young and competitive, and they're very athletic. You know, and Pac fought Heyman Adam Hangman, Adam Hangman, hang, Adam Hangman, Hangman Adam. Dang, God, if I can remember the last name. Page, and beat Adam Hangman Page. So pinned him good, nice. No, I just made him submit. So yeah, made him Adam Heyman Page submit. That was a good athletic match. I expected no less from them. And they don't seem to be as big as like the WWE athletes. Like they seem more natural, which is good. You know, natural is always good. You know, I mean, and now there's a tag team tournament. Young with the it's gonna be like the Young Bucks, Private Party, Lucha Brothers, Drastic Express, Best Friends, SCU, Dark Order. Uh, but yeah, Lucha Brothers I know about. Young Bucks, of course, I know about. Drastic Express, I'm not sure about. But I know that Jungle Boy, who is um, um, that actor who died from 90210, that's his son. He's very athletic. He's in with the, the Mexican Jurassic creature guy. And yeah, I don't really know the other ones that much, but yeah, I'll get to know. Well, if you watch AEW, you'll get to know them. But right now, that's what I'm getting on. I'm getting a taste of it, and it's not bad. Like I said, you have to get used to them. But they do have more like they do more wrestling than they do promos. So if you like more athleticism than promos, then you'll like AEW. That's one thing. That's a plus for them. But yeah, I'm trying to be as accurate as I can. I was very excited going into it, and I was impressed with a lot of the wrestlers. Really, I was really impressed with that girl who beat Nyla Rose. Like, wow. And what the and so Christopher Daniels and Kasari was there. Had a little promo going. So, well, if they're going to be AEW Dynamite, they have to prove themselves. And I think that the AEW effect is in effect, for sure. Like I said, you just got to get used to a lot of the athletes you may not know. So, Lucha Brothers were there, and they had a little promos going on there. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, you know. Whoop, sorry. But yeah, Ortiz and I think it was Hernandez teamed with Chris Jericho, some Young Bucks and Kenny Omega, and like I said, which Chris Jericho and Ortiz and I think it was Hernandez. I'm not sure. Anyway, they beat the Young Bucks and Sorry about that. Uh, and Kenny Omega. So yeah, it was a nice brawl there with the Lucha Brothers and Kazarian and Chris Trevor Daniels and such. That was pretty cool. That's I like when there's like brawls because it makes it more exciting. That was pretty cool. They had one promo and then they were like brawling. I like the brawls. It makes it more exciting for sure. Um, it's worth watching. I mean, if they have more, they don't have as much promos as the WWE does. They have more, athletic, uh, athleticism, more athletic, like more matches than they do promos. I guess they would since it's only an hour show, and they are competing with NXT, who are more, um, even though the WWE they're more, shall I say, more, they show more athletic ability than they do the promos. So there you go. But yeah, I think it's definitely worth it. It's definitely worth it. Um, you know, and I'm sorry if I don't get the names correct 100%, but I'm trying to learn them. So, but I did say I was wanted to do a little review, what I thought. I'm trying to get used to that. That's okay. And um, they are impressive, no doubt. And I think they're gonna be great competition, definitely for the WWE. It's kind of cool how they had their on at the same time as NXT. Is kind of like a good competition there. No. So I don't know if eventually they'll get a 2 hour show, but I guess for now that it's like an hour, I guess because they just started. But definitely the AEW effect is in full effect, and but to tell you the truth, I think Chris Jericho, um, you know, make is making and John Moxley is making AEW keeping it strong. They're like the strength, and people know who they are, and they're gonna be attracted to AEW on the strength they want to see John Moxley. Dean Ambrose is John Moxley, and of course they want to see Chris Jericho, who's a worldwide legend. No, so they'll check out AEW just for them. I'm sure it's worth it. It's really worth it. I believe it's really worth it. Um, if you want to see good competition, tune in. Tune in to AEW. You might even, you might like it. I think you'll like it more than WWE. I can't say anything. There was a lot of pyro and stuff, and you know, it's not boring. Um, wow, it took place in Washington D.C. There was like over 14,000 people. Tuning in, and um, so yeah, I don't think it was Hernandez. I forgot. I don't know what the other guy's name was. Ortiz and I forgot his name. So sorry. But yeah, they were the LAX. They were LAX. So yeah. Rio and Nyla Rose. That was really impressive. How a person half the size of the other person can actually. It was definitely a David and Goliath kind of sort of thing to me. I was very impressed. Uh, yeah. So it was like they were like really spectacular matches. I would say very athletic. Um, competition is pretty cool. But yeah, so I thought the brawl at the end was pretty cool when Moxley attacked Chris Jericho and threw him through, hit him with a kendo stick in the back and threw him through a coffee table, and it was like awesome. It was just really awesome the way it ended. It makes you want to tune in next week to see what's gonna happen, you know. So yeah, so yeah. So my opinion, if you wanna see great athleticism from great athletes and young athletes, you should definitely tune into AEW. I will be doing reviews for them. I'll try to do it every week if I can. But yeah, so I think it's good competition for the WWE for sure. Now that's just my opinion. That's what I think. So well, this concludes my review. I hope you enjoyed my review. You know, and if you did, give me a thumbs up and leave your comments down below. And don't forget to subscribe. And thank you for listening. Have a good day. I hope you liked it. I did my best. Tried to be as accurate as I could. Take care now. Be classy, never trashy, and be about it. Love you.